one and all, welcome back to another iteration, another episode of Up for Debate, the show where three generations of family, which is now down to two, today go head to head on a variety of topics. And how we doing?
You have one Gen Zer.
One Gen Zer, that's me. And then we got one Gen Xer, formerly known as the BBB, baby boomer from Brooklyn, but we've since got rid of that name for
You since read a
technical
book.
reasons.
You since read a book.
Since informed ourselves thusly.
And that
Welcome
millennial,
back.
that's on CP time.
No matter what the debate, no matter what the conversation, you can bet your by golly, we're going to debate. So welcome.
What's up, debaters?
What it
It's
do?
Black
What it
History
do?
Month.
Honestly, let's petition to moratorium. Let's put a moratorium for Black History Month. Honestly, I feel like we should be pushing the rhetoric that every month should be Black History Month. Yeah, because the other side gets the other 11 months.
Yeah,
Seems a little disproportionate.
especially now that they're trying to stop it in so many areas.
And to be honest with you, the only real acknowledgement, not even acknowledgement, but real involvement in Black History Month that I've seen has been on the Apple App Store, where they have their own section for Black stories.
Really?
Yeah, I really haven't seen anything on social media regarding, historical facts or,
It might be your
did
algorithms.
you know that
Might be
this
your
person,
algorithms.
Why have you been seeing?
Oh yeah,
Well,
all over my feed.
yeah, I just get puppies and
It's your algorithms.
rap stuff.
It's definitely those algorithms.
Yeah, which are Australian dog trainers.
Yeah, I'm always getting Black History stuff
Yeah.
in my feed. So that shows what you're looking at.
Sure does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn the volume up.
So yeah, but so speaking of Black history, one thing that is definitely a part of our history is hip hop.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how hip hop started?
I do.
Do you want to give a brief overview?
Ah, man. Okay. South Bronx. Circa, I'm gonna go late 70s, early 80s. Am I close?
If hip hop just turned 50.
Math, right? Okay. So then it's early 70s. Yay? Nay? All right.
Yes.
Now, what happened was they had DJs, right, that were doing conventional things with records, just, playing a record, mixing into the next record. But hip hop was born when DJ Kool Herc had a party, had everybody come through to the party. He was already a well-known DJ in the community with his style of mixing with, the records. But he revolutionized things when during said party, he would take the original song, which may have been a soul record or a jazz record or whatever, and take a small fraction of the song and turn it into breakbeats. And then over time, people got hip and started, having their own methodology of doing that. And then as it evolved, you had MCs come along and start, rapping what we know today as rapping over these breakbeats. And as time progressed, it just evolved and kept evolving to what we know now as rap. Or rap is a subgenre of hip hop, but just, that's the long story short. Had groups like Africa Bambaataa and Zulu Nation. South Bronx was really the
the South Bronx. Rapper's Delight
The
was
birthplace.
also very instrumental. But DJ Kool Herc has Jamaican ancestry.
Yeah.
So the Jamaican culture and the Hispanic culture was very instrumental in meshing the two to form the hip hop culture, because you had the DJ, the rapper
Mm-hmm.
over the break beat, and then you had the break dancer.
Right.
So
That
it
was the other
was,
element. Yeah.
yeah, it was those three elements that made what you call hip hop. And you weren't a rapper unless you had a DJ. Like Eric B and Rakim, EPMD, DJ Scratch. Same with Big Daddy Kane, Mrs. C.
For sure.
So you call yourself a rapper now, but you don't have a DJ. It's just like, but that's besides the point. That's just a little Black History moment on hip hop.
One of America's biggest exports.
One of America's biggest exports, and one of America's most lucrative
For sure.
exports.
So lucrative that every other race gets in on it. And
Every other
gets to a bag
continent,
at some point.
every other continent has benefited somehow, some way from hip hop, from the
Yep.
culture of hip hop. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, from the clothes to the music to the dance to the culture. It's a
That we
phenomenon.
have very little ownership of, but that's another conversation for another time.
Mm-hmm. The style, even everything
Hip hop
is
sets the trends for a lot of things, to be honest.
for a lot of things.
But
Yeah.
people just don't like to. By people, I mean everybody else except Black people don't like to openly, verbally admit to the level of influence that hip hop has on culture, its entirety, whether it be fashion, social commentary. It's a lot. Art. It's a
Art,
lot.
definitely. Even when it comes to social change and social injustice, hip hop does lead a lot of
Yeah.
the rally cries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see a lot of um the artists and or the heads of the movements. Even my son is very big within the socio-political movements within the culture, but he's nice with his bars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, definitely. What's the name of the group?
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
You know, he's always on the front line. Ti,
KRS-One.
KRS. He just opened up a museum with Chuck Schumer.
Mm-hmm.
Even Nick Cannon. Even Jay-Z. Now he does a lot of back work that he doesn't publicize, but he does a lot of groundwork with bail reform that he doesn't promote. Like he said, and God did, he got smoke for these politicians. He got lawyers as shooters.
Go
God did. God did. I told you, I listened to his verse like on repeat at least 70 times.
Because you thought it was that good, or you were just trying to catch everything that he was saying?
Only because when we had our conversation, like sometimes having family conversations like we did at the house, and them with the Illuminati convos, sometimes it gets a little repetitive. And like I be feeling like Beyonce, we're like, y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I mean, I think that Illuminati, not in a traditional perception of it, I don't think that that exists in terms of people underground with hoods and candlesticks walking in single file lines. I don't think that exists, but I do think that there's a power structure that we're not completely aware of that exists within every industry, to be honest.
Well,
With
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, they have the Bilderberg conference every
the
year.
what?
The Bilderberg.
Were you stuffed
Oprah,
bears?
no, Oprah goes to it. I know she goes to it. I don't know. I don't know if
Is his name Bilderberg or is it Build a Berg?
no, it's Bilderberg. They have an annual off the record conference, and it was established in 1954 to foster dialogue between Europe and North America. The group's agenda was originally to prevent another world war. They have this meeting every year, and it includes political leaders, experts, captains of industry, finance, and academia.
What?
Yes. So you know how Bill Gates be saying how they be having meetings on how to condense the world population.
Only way to condense the world population.
That's the Bilderberg conference. They have those discussions at the Bilderberg conference, and Oprah goes there, and so was
So,
the dude that died in jail, the Ghislaine Maxwell, that not her, but she the pedophile dude that supposedly killed himself in jail. You know who I'm talking about.
yeah. They did a movie about him, right? I think, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. I'm trying to wrap my head around the concept though. These are conferences with the goal in mind to come up with ideas and plans to prevent another world war. Did I get that right?
Amongst other things.
And Oprah need to be there.
She be going. She be going. I don't know how you get that invitation, but she went one year.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy.
And they list the participants. They do list the participants who go. And they call it the secret meetings. I don't know if that's considered Illuminati, but they have these secret societies now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's no situation where it's hooded men singing hymnals and carrying torches. I don't think that's what it is. I think
But
it's more so
they do
Bilderberg.
believe that the Bilderberg members or the Bilderberg group is a shadow world government. Like they're the
I can
ones
see
who
that.
really pull the strings
Yeah, no, for sure.
with the that really have the power. You know when
Just
it
think about
comes
it.
to
Government, the people in the government they ain't got no money.
no
In terms of, I'm saying money in terms of money to make things happen. Like they themselves, they ain't got no money.
no. Have you ever watched Scandal with Kerry Washington
I'm
before it
not a
went
big Kerry
off?
Washington guy.
You sound just like, but who her father was or who her father represented in the show, I really believe that that
I don't.
is true. He was like the G14 classified who actually ran stuff. The president wasn't running stuff. So I believe that Jay-Z, if he did shade Dame Dash back in the day, shade whoever these people are saying that he sold out the hip hop conglomerate to
Mm,
become a Billy. I believe that he did that with a specific intention to get to a place of wealth so that he can now be a mover and a shaker and be in rooms where he would not have been in if he would have done the kinfolk route that he was going to be in had he stayed in that level that he was would have been in. You understand what I'm saying?
it's a slippery slope, or is catch 22 a better euphemism, or is double edged sword a better euphemism? I think you lose either way. I think it's a lose lose.
I think it's double edged. But Shauna had made up a good point when we did the show, because obviously we was talking about the Grammys and how Beyonce has such a big year with her album, but she's as big as she is, but she'll never be as big or make as much money as a Harry Styles or Taylor Swift, because she's not white. And Taylor Swift has no rhythm and is nowhere near as talented as Beyonce. But she didn't break Ticketmaster. Her tour didn't break Ticketmaster, where Ticketmaster had to come before Congress because
that was for Taylor Swift.
yeah, because they
After we
messed up.
finish, I'm a YouTube one of her concerts because I don't.
She has no rhythm. She writes all her songs. She remade September by Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Nah, but I'm assuming it's a Got Me a Cadillac
It was the
version.
most soulless, mayonnaise. Um, I was I was so angry when I heard, "Do you remember?"
Nah, it's Remember.
No, it was, "Do you remember?"
Oh, she put the ER on it.
I said, "What the?"
Say, I mean, they said that with Adele too when she got snubbed for that Lemonade.
Adele didn't snub Beyonce. She actually gave Beyonce her props. She paid homage and reverence to Beyonce
Yeah.
and was just like, "This is all you, you know. I'm just in the world trying to get a nut."
Nah, but okay, let me rephrase that. Adele personally didn't snub her, but I'm saying the Academy or whoever.
Yes,
Yeah.
Grammys. Grammy snubbed her with Adele. Grammy snubbed her with Harry Styles. Grammy snubbed her with Taylor Swift. Hence the reason why Kanye was a jackass to Barack Obama, because Kanye was just like, "I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce should have won for this
You said
album."
Barack Obama?
Yeah, Barack Obama had called Kanye after he had interrupted Taylor Swift during the
Really?
Grammys. Yeah,
Did he call him a jackass or something like that?
yeah, jackass. They got him on a hot mic moment saying he's a jackass. Yeah, that was back then.
Like, I just ask Obama, like, just
They
making
got him
personal
on a hot
calls,
mic moment.
making personal calls to Ye. Like, I don't.
No, it was like in a function or whatever, and
Oh,
they
I
got
see
him
what
on a
you're
hot
saying. I
mic
see what you're
moment.
saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I thought you said like he called him after he got off the
Uh-uh.
stage. He was just like, "Yo, don't do that no more." Okay, I see what you're saying.
No, he was just at a function or something, and somebody asked him about it, what he thought, and he was just like, "He's a jackass." But that's what I'm saying. Like Shauna was saying, you can sell out tours. You can, like, Beyonce goes over and above with her performances, with her like her rehearsals. Like, she goes above and beyond with every part that she puts into her tours and her records. And then it comes down to the Grammys and she gets snubbed every year.
I mean, she does have like 20 of them joints.
Yeah, but she never gets album of the year. Notice they'll give her for a song. She never gets album of the year. They
She's never
won't
won
give
an
her
album of
those.
the year?
They won't give her that.
That's crazy.
They won't give her that.
I mean, when has anybody that we thought should have won album of the year won album of the year?
They always give it to the Caucasoids.
Let me look at this.
I know Nas should have had like a couple of them joints. He still ain't get them.
They don't give it to us. They gave it to Harry Styles.
Okay,
And
let's see.
I can't tell you one Harry Styles song.
Alrighty, so 2022 was Harry's House by Harry Styles. 2021 was John Batiste.
Quick question: is this what category is she in? Is she in R&B or pop or like what category does she?
Well, they don't do
album
a
of the year.
category
Yeah, they
for
don't do
album.
genre.
It's
Oh, it's
just
just okay.
album.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right, ma.
They don't give it
Um,
to us.
2020 was Taylor Swift. 2019 was Billie Eilish. 2018 was Casey Musgraves. 2016 was Bruno Mars. That doesn't count. 2015 was Adele. I think that was that same year. 2014 was Taylor Swift again. 2014 was a band. 2013 was Daft Punk. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense because that joint be like, this said person won, and I'd be like, I mean, I'd be looking at that just sometimes like, I know I don't know every single song and genre out there, but I feel like I'm pretty diverse. And there's just people sometimes who win, and I'm just like, never heard of this person or anything that they've done. So granted, I'm just one person, but how is it that these people are winning awards? And it's just like, all right, so I'm not seeing, and then you like go Google like their streams or something, and it's just like, all right, so this person won, and they're in a category with another person whose monthly streams like quadruple theirs.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't really make sense to me.
Their online presence, their social media presence, everything is just quadruple. They're touring. Everything is like,
Because
and
even
you.
when Chris Brown recently posted, he was just like, "Yo, who is this person that beat me for album of the year?" Like,
No,
he's
but
like, "I
that's
don't."
Robert Glasper. Robert Glasper is actually
No, and that's the thing. I get that, but I feel like that's like an us thing. As great as Robert Glasper is, super talented, can sing.
Mm-hmm.
If you just look at the numbers, it's kind of just like, I can't. How exactly is this voting being done?
I don't think Robert Glasper's a singer though. I think he's a producer.
Oh, okay. So that might not have been him singing on the stuff that
Very,
I
very,
played.
very, 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 very good producer.
Yeah, he's a an
Composer.
artiste.
Yeah, no, he's
Because I had look him up on Spotify. I was just like, let me listen to some of his stuff. But then I was like, yo, I saw this thing with Jay-Z or whatever, and then it was just like 31 million streams per month. And then that just clicked something to me. I was like, yo, let me go and look at their monthly streams and see what it is. And it's like you see people win, and it's just like this dude is getting streamed 100 million times a month and lost. It's just like that doesn't make sense. Like the numbers just ain't really adding up to me.
It's the same thing with voting. It's the electoral college for music.
But at least
the people's
with the
opinions of
electoral
votes
college,
don't
it's kind
really.
of just like, all right, it's separate groups, popular vote, whatever. But it's kind of like if you win this, you get a certain like if you get a certain number of votes, do you get like, hey, 20 votes is 10 points, or what I'm saying, like 30 votes is this or this is that, or is it just like, yo, we got 40 people in here who are going to vote for each category, whatever the case may be? And is there a criteria like, you can't get in trouble for this year or something? Like, it just, I don't know what it is. It just seems very weird.
Clearly, there's a difference of opinion when it comes to who should win and who shouldn't. But I stick to my story when it comes to we not winning
For
for
the entire
album of the
body of
year.
work.
Yeah, because clearly, and I maybe I'm biased when it comes to, but I know we put heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears. Not saying that everybody else doesn't, but you can't tell me that the body of work that we put forth does not embody the richness of the soil of Wakanda and America wrapped up in a bow. You can't tell me that. I'm just saying. And we're not appropriating anybody to do it.
Now, I will say this. I don't even know what to call them, but that group that won, I think it was the reggae album of the year last year, Sojo or whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do like
Over Spice?
No, but here's the thing. I felt two ways about this. Number one, the album that won, I like one song off the album. And then, it's kind of like a combination of like, it's weird. I'm not sure if they're like one group or like the combination of people from a couple of different groups in this group, because they're always like working with people. So it's like whatever. But in their speech, the one thing I did appreciate, but I also didn't know how to feel about it, was they were like, yo, shout out to all like the reggae people and this person and that person and, the people who we learned from here and this and that. But when you listen to the music, it's like, it's inspired by reggae music, but I don't know if this actually is reggae music.
It's like reggae fusion.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can hear, the undertones of reggae music, but that's no different from, sampling a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can turn a ballad, into an up-tempo club song or whatever the case may be. It's, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know. I feel
it's like a reggae knockoff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, when I listen to it, I'm just like, you know what it reminds me of? When you're on a cruise ship and it's like a bunch of white dudes playing the songs, and it's just like,
yeah, a cover band.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this don't really
hands up, down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if I'd give you a Grammy for this. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate, your reverence or recognition of, where it actually came from, but
I don't know if you should be getting the award for,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you're winning, like you're at the pinnacle of, the height of what people do for this. Like, I'd like, do you like,
I don't know if you should be winning the award for it when you're a cover band. You know
what I'm saying? Like, are you really going to take the bag that you bought from homie on the street corner and like walk in a fashion show with that?
Yeah.
But for Beyonce, I will say this, that Cuff It remix, and the thing that's actually dope, I guess I was about to say, like, yeah, so when she released the single, and I was going to break it down, like how I used to get singles, and people who don't know, for you youth out there, Chris, I'm sure you know, you used to be able to go to a store and purchase the single if you didn't want to get the whole album. And it would come, 5, 6, 7 songs, maybe a whole bunch of different versions of the song. So she released that on Spotify, and she's got like the remix, and she's got the acapella version, and then the instrumental. Niggas used to do that back in the day. You could just get the beat. But the acapella joint was so dope. And why it was so dope is, like, I'm going to talk about R. Kelly for a second. So, he used to make these videos back in the day of how he records music. And when you listen to it, it was like, when I was listening to her thing, it just reminded me of that, because it's like, it just made so much sense. And he had said something to K Michelle one time when he was talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, you got to be the rhythm, you know what I'm saying, your voice is the rhythm, and this and that and all this other stuff, because she was having a hard time catching the beat. So he was just like,
how many times have we watched that YouTube clip?
No, but that's the last one where he actually broke it down. But all the old ones, I was trying to find all the old joints he had.
They took them down.
All them joints down.
What was that? The Echo joint?
Yeah, so that was the last one he had, but he had like a run of them joints where he used to release them like weekly. And then the last one he had was the K Michelle one, when he did the remix with her. And he was like explaining this joint to her or whatever. But like, when he used to break them joints down on how he records, like he had one for his I think it was the Genius single. And then he had some old joints that he was doing with Wayne something, I can't remember, for like those like Step in the Name of Love type songs. But he used to do them joints all the time and break down like essentially how you record a song. So listening to the acapella version of it was mad dope. I've obviously never been in a studio to record a song, and since then I don't even know if I've like listened to an acapella version of a song like that. So hearing that and all this other stuff, it just made so much sense. Like, I was like, yo, this is how the nigga was bringing stuff down. So shout out to Beyonce for that. And shout out to Beyonce for using that twisted track that people used to make fun of me for liking back in the day. That was so dope. Shout out to her. So yeah, I don't really like the original version, but the remix.
You don't like the original version of Cuff It?
No, not really.
I remember when I first heard that, the first version. When I first heard the album, I was in the shower, and I was playing the whole album on Alexa in the shower, and I just let it run. And once that version came on, because that one comes in right before Big Energy, and I was like, ooh, oh shoot, yes, girl, what you doing? And then I just would rock both of them back to back, and I had to make a playlist with just those two songs on it, because the vibe on just them two songs on it, I just had to repeat it back to back. It was just like those two songs was just like that's my theme songs. And when she said, because these Karens that turned into terrorists and voting out 45, I was like, oh, 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 oh. She said, pick a side. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say I'm not feeling it, but it's not really, my thing. However, it reminds me of that Daft Punk song, I think, Get Lucky.
That was Pharrell, though.
Yeah, did he actually?
No, this is the Dream.
The Dream producer? Yeah, he wrote like mad songs on this album.
He wrote mad songs this year or last year.
Dream is up there talking about ooh, 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 ooh. Let me tell you something. I'm rocking this thing like ooh.
Yo, I went back through his catalog.
Dream
is a problem, bro.
Dream? Let me tell you something.
Dream is a problem.
He is on one of my on my tops as a producer.
Dream is a problem.
Let me tell you something. Don't sleep on Dream.
Is that a bar? Don't sleep on. Okay.
Aha! Don't miss the conclusion of this episode of Up for Debate as we debate the top 50 greatest rappers of all time.